Hey everyone, in this video I want to show you me running 100 Alva temples with double corruption of gems and double corrupting Enlighten gems. The cost of Enlighten is 760 chaos, something like that. I've bought it for cheaper, but it was up to 800, so let's say that 800 is the cost, and this is like 205. I bought it for up to 240. Let's just make it easier and say that the cost is about 1000 chaos per one try. I have 100 tries, so this is 100 times 1000, and that is this amount of chaos. 100,000 chaos. And yeah, we will go over the results very soon. So here I am again, about 1.5 hours before, well, pretty much exactly, with pretty much no stops, and this was with around 200 movement speed character, because I have some movement speed and action speed, and that adds up to roughly 200%, maybe more. So yeah, I was quite fast doing those maps. They took between 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how big the temple was, and yeah, 1.5 hours to do 100 of those gems, so it took less than a minute on average to run each temple and to get Enlightened gem, and let's see how many I got. Also, there was some time it took me to trade for the items. I would say it was faster than running those maps. It definitely took me under a minute to trade one item, and lot of the times, or in some cases, I was able to trade multiple items at once. However, I did need to trade 2 items for one run, so maybe about 1 hour to get to get everything I need. So if I just simplify it, it took me about as much time to buy everything I need as to run it. Running is, in my opinion, definitely longer, but to simplify it, yeah, it's about the same. How much is each? 4,960. 29. 29 times no, 5,000, no, 4,800. This was actually my expected result. I've paid around 100,000 chaos for this, and I was expecting to get 140,000, and I got pretty much the same result as expected. So it seems that my calculation was correct, and I've gained decent amount of money. If I divide it by the divine price, actually, like let's go 200, 270. This is 515 divines. I've got 144 divines, and it took me 1.5 hours to run this. So how much is it per hour just running? So divided by 1.5, it's 96 divines. However, there was also some time spent trading, so let's say that it took me the same amount of hours, so it's divided by 2. So that's 48 divines actual per hour, where part of that is spent trading, part of that is spent running the temples. And yeah, you can verify it however you want. This map was under 40 seconds. The average is maybe 45, and because there is some time spent opening the map, it was like 50 seconds in total, like average, including time outside of the maps. So yes, those are the results. Pretty good. I think that more people should know about this. One thing to note is that the more people does this, the less returns you have. So just me releasing this strategy means that there is gonna be less margin and people are gonna get less money overall from this. But it also means that in the next league, if more people are running this, I am free to play different strategies and I don't need to just run this strategy, because to be honest, it's quite boring and staying focused for 1.5 hours is quite exhausting and it's not really fun. So that's why I'm giving this strategy out. It is very good for money, as you can see, and a lot of builds can do it. Like, the only thing you need is maybe the acceleration shrine, and when I say maybe, I mean like you need this if you are serious about running fast maps. But it's the only thing you need, like 100 divines and decent amount of money to run this strategy. Also, when it comes to what gems to corrupt, you can start, if you have less money, with Empower gems because they are cheaper, and therefore you get to the average returns without significant risk. And when you have enough money, you go for Enlightened gems because they have higher margin. You can also go for 21 Vaal spells, which are also quite expensive. I don't think that I currently have any. Yeah, I have here this one. This one currently sells for 19 divines. The Grace itself was like 20 chaos. Then I paid like 60 chaos to get it to quality 20. And then I used the Vaal Temples. You need about 6 on average to get gem to level 21 with Vaal spell. And some of those gems are selling for quite a lot, like Vaal Righteous Fire, also Vaal Grace, Vaal Haste, things that like Aura bots want, and even normal builds want. Maybe Vaal Discipline might be also pretty good, maybe other Vaal skills like Vaal Absolution, maybe Vaal Ice Nova or Frost Bolts. Like, a lot of things people want level 21 and Vaal spell. And you don't only care about the level 21 because you just can't get it with the corruption. But if you want both, the only way you can get it, at least to my knowledge, is yeah, double corrupting. And that is also something that can be quite interesting. Like in this league, there was a gem which was selling for 35 divines because there wasn't high supply. So if you look for these high prices on items that are not selling in that big quantities, but also not being produced in high quantities, you can also make some money. So that's it from this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.